We are now going to have a look at some of the basic functionality that's available to all data views. We're going to look at our example data view that we've created. So we're going to launch it from our application shell, and the data view is running. You can see we have some sample data in our database already. On any data view, you always have paging, and pagination is available. Sorting can be done on any column by clicking on the column. You're able to sort on multiple columns if you want. There's standard column filtering built into any column. There's standard sort of incremental filtering available on any column. You can change the operator type that it must apply, and you can also do discrete value filtering on the columns based on the values. Whatever filters you've got applied, the summary of those filters will be building up a filter expression that you're able to extend and, build a very, very complicated filter if needs be. In such a way, you can actually build a fairly complicated filter to restrict your data to meet your exact need. At any time, you can always just remove the filter by getting rid of the filter itself. There's always standard grouping available, so you can group on any field. So if we group on address 3 and we indicate that it must be expanded by default, then our data is grouped by field 3 and expanded. If I were to sort by that, that would look like that. On any column, you're also able to do some basic aggregation functions. So I could, for example, add a count onto a column. So that would now, because my data is grouped, give me my counts per grouping of information. Again, same as with the filters, I can get rid of any grouping or modify the grouping. I can add, for example, even another group if I so wish. And I can group on more than one column. To get rid of the grouping, I can also just switch the grouping off. When setting up your data view as the end user, if I'm, for example, interested in data that's coming from the United States, hypothetically, and this might be a complicated filter or a basic filter that I've set up, I am able to save the layout. Let's, for example, also just move a particular column to a new position. And this is the way that I work with the data. I can save this layout, and the layout will contain the filtering, the sorting, the grouping, as well as the aggregation functions. I can save that as a layout if I wish. So I'm going to call this layout United States. I'm going to make it a global, meaning it's available to everyone to use, and I can save that. And I'm now able then to switch between United States and default at any point in time. I can even indicate that United States is my default layout if I so wish, so whenever I launch the data view, the particular layout that I prefer will launch by default. So in summary, the basic functionality that we've spoken about here is available to any single data view. The developer doesn't have to code any of it. All the developer did in this case was define and point the data view to the respective select statement, and FrameworX did the rest.